Good evening. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting. From the last 2 to 3 months, I am working on a concept which is known as the credit curves. You must be thinking that why I am working on the concept known as the credit curves. Effective 2020, when the world unfortunately got hit by coronavirus, which ends up substantial damage of intellectual property, human property, and everything across the globe. I'm consistently looking at the rising level of debt in the world of finance. As we speak, the world is around $300 trillion. You heard me very right. $300 trillion worth of debt, which is approximately 4 to 5 times of the global GDP. It is said that the global GDP is around $90 trillion. But I'm not in sync with this number. The reason being, after 2020, there is a substantial damage which has happened to the GDP growth of the globe. In fact, today also, when I was making this video, I got to know that Germany is officially entering into recession. And this information is public. So this is something, not a very high class intellectual information which is only vested with the German government. What is happening with the United States, you're completely aware about that. They are standing around $32 trillion. You heard me very right. They are standing at $32 trillion worth of debt. And currently, they are trying hard. The Biden is trying hard to get additional 1.5 to $2 trillion. For a minute, I assume Biden will get that amount. For a minute, I assume. Would that serve the purpose? This won't serve the purpose. In 1990s, US was having a debt of 5 trillion, mere 5 trillion. Today, 2023, first half is more or less done. It is around 32 trillion. For a minute, I add 2 trillion, which Biden is seeking. For a minute, it ends up 34 trillion. Which practically means 4 years down the line from today, which is around 2028 to 2029, roughly, US would have a debt of not less than $40 trillion. And just assume the interest cost of 5%. Just assume the interest cost of 5% on that 40 trillion figure. You knew what I mean to say. You understand what I mean to say. We have private equity firms. We have the hedge funds like us, although prop. You have the credit structures. You have subordinated funds. You have variety of financial structures in the world. Those who are taking a call on the credit curves. Today also, when I was doing my research, without quoting any specific billionaire or maybe a very legendary investors, there are many billionaires or legendary investors who shorted the US stocks. They believe that the rising debt level in United States is going to get bust, and the time has come. They need to short the US stocks. Honestly speaking, I am completely in sync with them because slowly and steadily United States will increase the debt level to $40 trillion. And this way, the mess will start for United States of America. Now, one important thing which we need to see is that there would be substantial change in two things in the near course of time, probably 3 to 4 years, you can say. In 2018, when I predicted that SoftBank will collapse, people laughed. Today, you know that what Standard and Poor did with SoftBank. What is the credit rating they have given to SoftBank? You know that the financial condition of SoftBank. You know the losses in the books of the SoftBank. You know the so-called vision fund of SoftBank. I feel that in another 3 to 4 years, the OIS curve, OIS means overnight index swap curves, read with IRS curves, interest rate swap curves, and read with INBMK curve, which is the benchmark curve, BMK curve, that would be more good. The benchmark curve, they would change. And why they would be changing? The reason being the credit quality of majority of the nations of the globe. Please take a note, the majority of the nations of the globe, including Singapore, would fall. Today, when we speak, Singapore debt to GDP ratio is around 140%, 140. The Japanese market is heading towards 280%. United States, if I'm not wrong, it is around 140%. Italy and many European nations are more than 180 to 200%. India also, the debt level is rising substantially. We know what is happening in Bangladesh. We know what is happening in Nepal. We know what is happening with Pakistan. Keep all the politics and everything set aside. Just talk on barely on the economic terms. Don't keep politics in this picture. The curves which the world made, the credit quality curves known as OIS, IRS, benchmark curves, they will fall. And the valuation methodologies which we are using, the discounting curves which we are using, the valuation of the financial instruments which we are doing based on these credit curves, they will substantially change, which ends up a huge repricing. I repeat, which ends up huge repricing for the financial market players, especially the top banks, those who are holding $1 trillion of derivatives in their book. Because the debt bust is very, very near. The only thing which we are not doing today is the acknowledgement of that. Probably in another 3 to 4 years, we would be starting acknowledging that. Example, in 2016, 2006, 7, if anyone spoke about that one day the LIBOR will fade away and LIBOR would only be in the books as a text reading, simple, only a text, people would have laughed on that person, would have said, oh, what the hell he's talking. Such a global benchmark, LIBOR, London Interbank Offered Rate, quoted in 14 currencies, 10 denominations, 140 combinations, almost every bank of the globe, British Banking Association. What the hell this person is talking? He do not know what he's talking. Today, in 2023, LIBOR is a text. It's only good in the MBA books. That's a separate thing, that the MBAs themselves understand LIBOR or not. That's a separate thing. Very soon, the OIS curves, the IRS curves, read with the benchmark curves would be a text. This is what I can say. I know the predictions are very tough, but if you have the quality, you have the knowledge, you should go ahead with this. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group. You knew my personal number +91 9899 242 978. Let me repeat, +91 9899 242 978. Thank you.